face the Great Reset in real time. Agenda 2030 in real time. The Great Reset is happening around us, all around us. Some of us are aware, some are not so aware, and some are learning as we go along. But we're in the middle of the Great Reset. It is happening around us. It is unfolding. Technocracy thrives on global crisis. It doesn't work without a global crisis. The Great Reset doesn't work without a global crisis. Technocracy thrives on global crises. It doesn't work if there's no global crisis. We cannot reset the table, as Donald Trump keeps saying, if there's no global crisis. A global crisis is integral, is critical, is very important to the Great Reset, to the change. And believe me, it is happening all around us. What do we do as African people? Ensure that we're good. What do we mean by we're good? Food sovereignty. We're moving from food security to food sovereignty. It's important for us to talk about food sovereignty. Very similar to food security. But food security means that them can also control your food. The more you look at it, the more it begins to make sense. So we're moving to food sovereignty. But food sovereignty within the context that we control our own food, the production, and ensure the safety of our own food, because then we spray it like how them did spray the coconut to give us soy. Then we spray it like how them spray the orange to give us bottled poison. Have to find a way to ensure that we've got food sovereignty, food security. That is priority number one. Water and food. Because when we say food, food is any solid or liquid which when eaten, ingested, nourishes the body, enabling it to function properly. Food security, food sovereignty, food safety. Because we're in the middle of the global reset. It's all happening all at once, everywhere. So on this Father's Day, we're watching another war. You know, last week Sunday, I said to you that this entire conversation, this whole thing about Elon Musk and Donald Trump was a distraction, distracting us from the fact that they're about to bomb Iran. I said that last week, that they're about to bomb Iran. And we are distracted because they were sending weapons to Israel to bomb Iran. And this whole cacophony and this whole distraction of who is arguing with who and who calling who pedophile and all of that was a distraction, so we wouldn't talk about the weapons they were sending to Israel and the fact that they were about to bomb Iran. Well, here we are. Lots of people recognize this. Lots of us were aware that this was the intention, that they've got two big wars lined up. They have provoked Russia into one of these big wars, and now they have provoked Iran. Iran has responded in a way that they didn't expect, I guarantee you that. But it's a provocation to war anyway. It's a provocation to war, and as we speak, the war is well underway. And the latest we're hearing just about 3 or 4 minutes ago, Iran is saying that it will only stop this self-defense response if Israel halts the attacks against its sovereign country. What we're talking about is this so-called preemptive strike that Israel has made on Iran. I'm sure most of us know about that by now. We're also seeing lots of responses coming in from other countries. For example, as we said before, Pakistan has already responded, saying that it condemns the attacks and that it will support Iran in this. We have also heard from North Korea, and they have also said the very same thing. We've also heard from China. China has given the strongest condemnation that we have heard so far from China regarding any war, if you ask me. China said that Israel has crossed 2 red lines. So this is something that we haven't heard in a very long time from China in terms of how it responds to ongoing wars or escalation in any part of the world. But China has a horse, or many horses, for that matter, in this race. So I'm going to be taking your Father's Day greetings later on this morning, but let me just have a quick little chat about the geopolitics of it all. Because what we see unfolding geopolitically, I think is relevant to all of us, and so that we cannot ignore what's going on around us. Yes, we've got a lot of local issues that we're dealing with here on the ground. Most of it is wrapped up in either crime and violence or electioneering or election campaigns. So this is what's going on the ground here in Jamaica. Aluta continua, avitura is certa, because the struggle continues, but victory is certain regarding the advocacy and their activism for rights, just basic human rights. Jamaica continues to struggle for basic human rights such as access to water, whether it is potable water or access to the sea or access to the rivers. This is a critical fight on the island. No matter how them run up and down and campaign, no matter what, or the suits they wear, the silk suits get more and more silky and expensive, and them boots get more and more expensive. You see them? You see that their threads are now dearer than ever? That's where they are. It don't matter what you see or it don't matter what you hear. It is what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you yourself, your reality. Because at the end of the day, it really does come down to our individual and collective reality. So we're not going to let them gaslight us into thinking that we are better off than we are. We're not going to let them than we were. We're not going to let them gaslight us into thinking that our basic human rights are not being trampled upon. We're not going to let them lie to us about our own experiences, because they can do that. The dark triad is very capable of getting you to believe that what you're experiencing is not real. And this is what we see unfolding on the island here in Jamaica. So we've got that, and we're dealing with that. Hey, on the island all day today. Happy Father's Day to the fathers of Running Africa and the Africa Forum. Happy Father's Day to the fathers of Jamaica. Happy Father's Day generally. You know how you become a father of Running Africa and the Africa Forum? As long as you listen or you've heard about it, it makes you, or even if you haven't heard about it, but you are who you are, understanding yourself, and understanding the time and the spaces in which we're operating, and we're vibrating on that frequency. That's how it goes. So happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much for joining us inside of the program. Later on in the program, we are going to take your telephone calls, but we've got a geopolitical situation that's unfolding. It's part of the global reset. So we've been talking about the global reset in this space since 2019. This is directly coming from the World Economic Forum. This is the global reset that was proposed, decided on, and put into or implemented by the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, the Western oppressive states, the oppressors, imperialists, if you will, and Agenda 2030, which they initially called Vision 2030. So we've been telling you from the jump start, from the minute they brought in this idea of this vision and called it Vision 2030, that's from the 90s, we started telling you that this was not our vision. Here in Jamaica, they extended on this vision and called it and gave it a tagline: Jamaica, the place to raise children, etc., work, raise children, and a family, and be happy, and so on and so forth. We told you that that was smoke and mirrors, because Vision 2030 was a vision which was really an agenda that was coming out of the World Economic Forum that had nothing to do with us apart from the fact that it was aimed, and the objectives included enslaving us, ultimately. So later on, out of Vision 2030, Jamaica announced that we were a service industry. And by service, they meant that Jamaica was now, once again, as Jamaica was under slavery, that which our ancestors fought against and freed us from, chattel slavery. The minute they announced that Jamaica was a service industry, what they meant in fact, is that Jamaica would provide cheap labor to multinational corporations and conglomerates, including the hotel industry, the tourism industry, the BPOs, and so on and so forth. And we see that unfolding. They articulated it, they made it so. And so the back doors of these international conglomerates became our front doors. And we find ourselves enslaved again. Not in chains this time, but mentally and physically to some extent, in terms of the spaces in which we occupy now. The fact that they have taken everything from us regarding access. So we have no access to land, we have no access to rivers, we have no access to water, we have no access to the beaches. They have taken all of that. They have stripped all of that from us, and all that we have access to is that which we can pay for. And so that if you can't pay for it, you have no access. So this goes to the heart of human rights now. So here we are with Agenda 2030, in the middle of Agenda 2030, because look at this. This is 2025. Think about that. And so through the United Nations, they're already rushing that. We walked you through all of that already. What must be completed by 2030 and so on. And all of these institutions and organizations, they are operating together. The neocons announced way back, that they were going to cause 7 wars, destroy 7 governments, kill 7 leaders, have 7 regime change in 5 years. That's, so we're in the middle of that change now. But generally speaking, we're in the global reset. The global reset is happening. I don't think that we can do anything to stop it right now. Basically, what we can do is to take care of ourselves. How we do that is going to take some critical thinking skills. So part of all of this includes wars. The one is the digital currency that must come in, getting rid of the fiat, and understanding the history of the United States dollar and how the United States dollar became the world's reserve currency on the back of World War II. So it was after World War II that the Bretton Woods conferences happened, and the decision was taken for the US dollar to become the world's reserve currency. At that time, it was tagged to the gold. It was tagged to gold. in about 1971 or thereabouts. Which president was that? Was it Nixon? But one of these presidents announced, because people were drawing down on their gold, there was a kind of a panic among governments because they started to ask themselves, does the United States have enough gold in their reserves, to which this money is tied to, so that when they're ready, they can get their gold? This is what individual countries were thinking. And so they tried, there was a panic, and they went after the gold. And the president at the time, it was in the 70s, I think it might have been Nixon, 71, saw what was happening, recognized that this would tank the U.S. economy, because they really didn't have the gold. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. They didn't have the gold. And what they had, gold was there, but say Jamaica had your reserves there, and say Tunisia had your reserves there. And these countries ultimately found that the one gold bar that each was claiming was the same gold bar. This was the kind of Ponzi scheme that the U.S. was running. So basically what happened, and I know the economists and the students of history and money and all of that listening now and saying that I am reducing this. Well, yes, I'm telling a very quick story about how the U.S. dollar became the currency, the world reserve currency, and that powerful currency that it became. Matter of fact, if you think about it, there's a difference between money and currency, and that's another thing that we should have a conversation about, because the U.S. dollar is not money. It's just a piece of paper that they have tagged some value to. And in 71, when they saw that they were going to be ruined, they withdrew the gold. They said, oh, no, nothing will be tagged to this anymore. The U.S. dollar can stand by itself. It has a strength. So this piece of paper became this almighty, all-powerful bit of paper. And here we are, so many years after, when this bit of paper that they keep printing, because they keep printing money, and this is why the inflation is the way it is. This is why we have the situation with the US dollar that we're having now. And this is one of the reasons also that they recognize at the moment that the US dollar is losing its credibility. And I use that word deliberately as opposed to value. Its credibility. The United States is losing its credibility. It's an imperial power that is in free fall. They're coming to the end of that imperialist power, right? I don't want to talk like ChatGPT because listen now. Why everybody talking like ChatGPT? You know, it's a very interesting situation. Words that we used to use, I find that I struggle to drop these words out of my everyday vocabulary, and these are words that I usually use. Words like empire, for example, because it is a ChatGPT word. And people you hear start talking about empire who have never mentioned that word as far as you know, from how long you know them, really just talking like AI. But anyway, I digress. On this Father's Day, hey, happy Father's Day. So anyway, cut a long story short regarding the US dollar. Really and truly, they have to tank the US dollar right now. The US dollar, the tariffs and all of that, everything that you see happening around the dollar is very deliberate, because they're moving away from that. It's a reset. They're moving into digital currency. And it doesn't matter what you do, how you do it, or what you say, this is what is about to happen. Everything is going to be digital currency. Whatever name you call it, however you address it, this is basically where we're going now. The value of the US, the value of the dollar has to go down also. And this is one of the things that they're doing. They're trying also to tank the US dollar. There's a lot, it's very deliberate what's happening, you know. It is not a fluke. It is very, very deliberate. And it is chaotic, because a new system is coming in place. And it is out of this chaos that this new system will be realized. The new system looks to be and seems to be, until I see otherwise, technocracy and transhumanism. So as we were saying before, technocracy thrives on chaos. The global reset has to come out of chaos. And so all of this is very, very deliberate. What does that mean for us, though, as African people, as Caribbean people, as people in the African diaspora and continental Africa? We've got minerals, we've got water, we've got land, we've got farmlands. But we are already enslaved in our minds. Our leaders are enslaved, and they are dragging us down a path that is a sure path of enslavement. The Ministry of Agriculture doesn't understand. The minister is on the wrong path. This idea of modernizing agriculture doesn't mean that you have to, one, AI agriculture, or two, GMO agriculture, or three, redefine food and agriculture. And this is basically where this new system is going. Anyway, let me just quickly tell you what we're getting from the war zones. Al Jazeera is responding that new explosions have been heard in Tehran after Iran launches missiles at targets across Israel, including near Haifa and Tel Aviv, killing at least 10 people. And this is according to medics and media reports. The foreign minister, Abbas, says that the Iranian response will stop when Israel halts its attacks on Iran. And the Israeli army has said that about 20 drones, and this is just for, well, goodness, it's moving so fast that it's even jumping while I'm speaking. All right, so let me tell you, 4 minutes ago, the Israeli army says about 20 drones have been shot down in the past hour. That is since I came on air. And this statement has been made on the military's official Telegram page. Also, in the last 33 seconds, Foreign Minister, Iran's nuclear efforts is a threat for Israel and Europe, according to France. So French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot has said that the Iranian nuclear program is an existential threat for the security of Israel and beyond the security of Europe. And we always said the best way to prevent that threat, to contain it, remains diplomacy. Now, that is double speak. That is double speak. The German Foreign Minister has said that Germany, France, and Britain are ready to hold immediate talks with Iran over its nuclear program in an effort to de-escalate rising tensions in the Middle East. That is also BS, because when you look at it, Sunday today, was the next set date for these talks. And just 2 days before the talks, Friday, you bomb Iran, and then you're still talking about negotiations. It's another matter of gaslighting. Things are moving very fast. Let me just see what other countries are saying and tell you quickly. China has given a clear condemnation and says that the red lines have been invoked. China officially condemned Israel's actions, declaring that it had crossed 2 red lines. China says it's a violation of sovereignty and destabilization of the regional order. China called the attack a breach of international law and reaffirmed support for Iranian sovereignty. It also called for emergency session at the UN, indicating growing diplomatic involvement. And this marks one of Beijing's strongest statements on Middle East conflict to date. As we have been saying, Okay, so do this for me. On your phones or on your computers or with your atlas. I mean, if you still have a hard copy atlas, but you're looking at China. You're looking at or looking for Israel and Iran on the map. So if you Google that or wherever you type that in, if you Google, then you go to images, or it just take the images up for you. But Israel and Iran on the map, because that gives you, if you haven't done that yet, because what this does, it gives you a better idea of the region we are talking about. Last night, Iran said it was closing the Strait of Hormuz. So you see where the Strait of Hormuz is, and if that is closed, how that will impact other countries, including all the others, both left and right. So look to see where the Strait of Hormuz is. Look to see where Iran is. And you'll see all those other countries, Turkmenistan up at the top. I'm not looking at it now, but I have it in my head. You'll see Turkey, not far from there. You'll see where Israel is. Of course, you'll see Cyprus in the little ocean there. And, of course, all those other countries that Saudi Arabia, we said that before. Afghanistan over to the other side. And if you go up, yes, just above Afghanistan, there's Turkmenistan, there's Iraq on the border there. Baghdad on the right, depending on how you're facing the thing. But basically what I'm doing is giving you an opportunity to look at how this conflict, this provocative war, so-called preemptive that Israel has engaged in against Iran, how that is likely to affect the area. Look to see where Yemen is, by the way, because Yemen is just on the bottom there, nearer to the Strait of Hormuz. But what's interesting is that we talk about Israel and this preemptive strike on Iran. But remember, when we say Israel, we're talking about the United Kingdom and we're talking about the United States. This is basically these two main countries. Obviously, the rest of Europe have come on board. We've heard what France is saying. France is talking out of the two sides of his mouth as usual. France's mouth is like, anyway, let me not say that on air. And then Germany is is blowing smoke. So basically, what we have is China coming down on this in a very serious way. Then Russia has framed the attack as illegal and provocative. Russia's foreign ministry called the strikes unprovoked and unacceptable. And it has accused Israel of violating international law and fueling a regional war. Russia has emphasized that such aggression undermines global security frameworks and echoed Iran's right to self-defense. This aligns with Russia's anti-Western bloc diplomacy, as you know. So anyway, we're going to at some point have to look at how this is also a war against BRICS, right? But we'll go on. Turkey. So you're looking at your map and you see where Turkey is. Turkey has the biggest army in the region. As a matter of fact, it has one of the biggest armies in the world and is one of the strongest countries in that area. So Turkey has condemned Israel and warned of regional catastrophe. President Erdogan has described the Israeli offensive as reckless terrorism and a direct assault on Muslim nations. Turkey's foreign ministry stated that this could lead to a full-scale regional war and warned that Israel was attempting to trigger a clash of civilizations. Turkey also reached out to Tehran to offer diplomatic support. So the countries that matter are coming down on the side that they need to come down on so far. Then let's look at Pakistan. Pakistan has also strongly denounced the regional attack and they has said, Islamabad sharply condemned the Israeli attacks, calling them unjustified, illegitimate aggression, and warned that they could ignite broader instability across the Muslim world. Pakistan affirmed its full support for Iran's right to self-defense and called for immediate UN Security Council intervention, reiterating its alignment with pan-Islamic security principles. Pakistan, of course, is a nuclear country, right? Nuclear nation. Afghanistan, let's go back now to the map that I just showed you. Remember, you're seeing where Pakistan is and you're seeing where Afghanistan is. Remember, that Pakistan is not an original country. Pakistan are two countries that the imperialists made, right? So they took part of Afghanistan and then they took part of India and they called that Pakistan. This is basically what happened. There might have been other countries, but I'm knowing of two right now in my head. So if you look at the map, you'll see where Pakistan is, you see where India is, you see where Afghanistan is. Afghanistan extends into Pakistan, same way from the other end. So Afghanistan, what Afghanistan is saying, and they do have a historic anti-Israel stance and they do align with Iran. And So whether or not we hear from Afghanistan, these unofficial expressions of support or condemnation might emerge later. Particularly, we'll probably hear that through clerics or militia groups. I'm not sure if I'm missing it this morning since I came in. But Afghanistan, we can tell, is already where it is. Saudi Arabia is the white horse in terms of whiteness and white privilege and white supremacy. So Saudi Arabia has condemned with a focus on de-escalation. Saudi Arabia, though, is a traitor in the region. And so Saudi Arabia is nicely ensconced and aligned with Israel and the United States and the United Kingdom. It is what it is. That is the situation. But anyway, let's tell you what Saudi Arabia is saying. What they say and what they do will... Let's see. Anyway, so Saudi Arabia has condemned and they've issued a formal statement condemning Israel's breach of Iranian sovereignty, calling the strikes a dangerous escalation. However, Saudi Arabia balanced its response by urging both sides to exercise maximum restraint and avoid actions that could jeopardize the region's future. This, of course, is a kind of cautious diplomacy and this kind of posturing that Saudi Arabia is wont to do. We're not surprised by that. So we have firm condemnation and solidarity from China, Russia, Turkey, Pakistan, North Korea. We have symbolic or ideological alignment expected from North Korea. We also have cautious condemnation, diplomatic balancing from Saudi Arabia, and a silent and passive Afghanistan for now. But I think we can say that Afghanistan will side how they will side, and that to me is going to be with Iran. The United Kingdom says it's moving military might into the Middle East. This is what Britain says that it will do. But if you listened to Russia at the United Nations, Russia said that there's also evidence that the United Kingdom was involved in the strikes. So the weapons that were sent to Israel were from the U.S. and the United Kingdom. The U.S., when we say the U.S. is involved in something, we don't even have to think twice to say that includes the United Kingdom. When we're talking about geopolitics and geopolitical conflicts like the one that we see emerging now, which is meant as part of the greater reset, then you know very well that this is Israel, the United States, and the United Kingdom, regardless of what anybody else is saying. What does that mean? These are the questions that we have to ask ourselves, because now we have to think about where they're going with this and how this might impact the rest of the world. This is where my head is, even just looking at this and how this, what's our responsibilities in all of this. As I said before, this is a deliberate escalation, and it is meant to trigger World War III. They had hoped that Russia-Ukraine would be that trigger, but it's not so far, although it's part of that. NATO has been preparing for World War III. They hope to trigger World War III with this. This is my personal observation. I know that some people will disagree with me. Let us disagree. Let us agree to disagree agreeably. Remember the exact words, but basically what they're saying is their global military priority right now is Iran, and Gaza is now secondary. But at the same time, while everybody is focusing on Iran and what's happening there, because this is really a big thing, the eyes have moved from Gaza to some extent, but they have locked Gaza. We saw a report last night where basically what they've done, they've gone to focus on Iran, but they have built concrete walls and steel gates and fences, and have locked the people of Palestine literally locked them off from the world. At the same time, they are starving them to death. These people, I don't even think they're, I don't know what to say. You know, there is a thing, right? I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called walk-in souls. Walk-in souls. Basically, what it is that you're born with your original soul, right? But that soul chooses to leave the body. And that soul might choose to leave the body for many, many different reasons. Suffering, trauma, psychological and spiritual trauma, all kinds of reasons why that soul might leave the body. And if you think about it, that birth soul, that original soul that is experiencing this significant trauma or suffering or emotional distress, because it could be abuse, it could be betrayal, it could be loss or an overwhelming life event, there might be a disconnection from the body or the psyche, and that could cause the soul, the birth soul, the soul you're born with, to escape the body. And this would leave a void. And that void can be filled by a walk-in soul. Yes. Right. So this new soul, you know, is usually, well, in many cases, can be a soul that is not evolved or a compassionate one, and or a soul that has unresolved issues or lacks the empathy needed for human connection. It may take on traits similar to what we call narcissistic personality disorder or Machiavellianism or sociopathy or psychopathy. You understand what I'm saying? So the walking soul enters the body in such a manner, and you find they come and they lack empathy. They have this grandiose idea of themselves, distorted sense of self-importance, and they see themselves as being superior to others. They feel entitled to special treatment or to attention. They usually exploit others, these walk-in souls. They do not recognize other people's humanity. They do not see humanity in others. They may see people merely as tools. They see you first as somebody to be used, and they will love bomb you for about 3 months, get you into their space, and then they begin to devalue you. And once they devalue you and use you, they will discard you. And this is the same kind of behavior that we talk about narcissistic personality disorder. So I could go on and go on and go on. So I'm talking about the walk-in souls because we call everybody human beings. And we look at people and we think we're all alike because we have 2 eyes, a nose, 2 lips, teeth and tongue, 2 hands, a heart, and the same amount we assume. So we have, the internal organs similar, we're born with them at least. And so we think we're all alike, but we're not alike because some people walking around with walk-in souls. And it is for us to recognize that these are really not us or of us. These are different. We call them human beings only because they have borrowed the physical form of the human that was born and the soul that is gone. So these are dead people. Anyway, so point that I'm making is that we think that Israel, for example, we look at what Israel is doing in Palestine and we think, how can, man to man is so unjust. No man on the other side, is walking souls and demons and devils and a whole different negative energy over there. So that is unjust to man over Yasso. And we have to begin to see people like that. This is basically how it is. Some are walk-in souls, and they're among us. They're among us. they all manifest in the very same way. So anyway, on this Father's Day, I hope we don't have any fathers who manifesting is with walking souls over here, because that's a whole other thing. These fathers who are beating women and abusing them wives and them girlfriends and so on and so forth. Some walking soul around here too, but we're not going to say right now. So many questions to be asked. I can't spend all morning talking about this. I'm paying close attention. We're living in a time where crisis is not just an interruption. The crisis that we're seeing, the chaos that we're seeing, it's a strategy. So we have war, we have inflation, we have chaos, and this will lead to the systemic reset, the redesign. So what if the global food security is really no longer about feeding people, but about how you manage people? This is something that we also have to pay attention to, because if you listen closely to Bill Gates and others, you'll recognize that feeding people now is about managing people. They have weaponized. So them throwing words at us like resilience, and them tell us that the Great Reset promises resilience, but resilience to what, and who decides the form that it takes? When them say resilience, what are they talking about? We're looking at Ukraine, we're looking at Gaza, we're looking at Russia, we're looking at Iran. In Gaza, we are seeing where bread has become a weapon, where hunger is a form of submission. We're also paying some attention to, well, a lot of attention, because we're talking about, we're experiencing the Great Reset in real time, the digital ID system. Remember when they started talking about that first, they were talking about refugees, they were talking about welfare, but this is becoming the new keys to food. So without the digital ID system, you won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to get food. And one of the things that they have done, I don't know if you noticed this, but this is widely reported on, they now have a digital ID that they're putting in your forehead. This has been developed. These people are trolling us. They are doing exactly what they prophesied. So they have developed a digital ID system that is to go in your forehead. And it's not even hidden. If you follow me on the social media, these are some of the things that I write about, blog about, talk about, post about. So in the last few days, I've been posting about this particular thing. It's reported widely. It's in the UK Guardian, and it's in all of the digital media magazines and so on. This is a new development in the digital ID system, which is now, they have developed one that fits nicely into the forehead. And if you do not have this, because this is where we're going, if you do not have a digital ID, whether it's in your forehead or in your palm or wherever else you're going to put it, then it's going to be very difficult for you to buy food, for you to participate in banking, in any kind of financial transactions. Already that has started. And also it's going to go right back to your own freedom. So whether your freedom means that you're going to go back a country where you come from and go up in the mountains and plant yam and banana and cocoa and just chill, or you want to travel the globe. Once you say you want to move, possibly from one parish to another, or definitely from one country to another, you can't do this in real time. This is happening now. This has already started, where a lot of people can't make this travel without their real ID, is what they're calling them, which is a digital ID system. So this is where we're going. Technocracy sells itself as a neutral science, but in practice, it removes accountability and it installs control. We're managed by algorithms. It is emotionless and you cannot challenge it. Already we are facing that. The bank will take all of your money and you have no way to challenge this. You have nobody to talk to. Somebody will use your credit card, max it out. The bank will issue 2 credit cards to you, and one is out there floating, and you're paying on one, and the other one that is out there floating, they end up charging you for it. And you can't even speak to a human being to tell them that something is wrong. I'm talking about my own personal experience, you know. This is not nobody experience me at all about. I'm talking about my own personal experience. So already this has started where the whole system is emotionless and it is unchallengeable. Right? Agenda 2030. They say they have a goal of zero hunger. And that sounds good. Zero hunger. Nobody must be hungry by 2030. But then, who is asking who controls the food? Who controls the information? Who controls the data and the infrastructure behind all of that? And the wars and the chaos that we're witnessing will lead to this. This is part of the global reset. It's deliberate. It's deliberate. Israel dropping a bomb on Iran is deliberate. The provocation of Russia to war with Ukraine is deliberate. What is happening on the continent of Africa has always been a deliberate strategy. So we shouldn't even be so surprised that this deliberateness is now continuing among and within themselves. So on this Father's Day, we're seeing, listen to Bill Gates. Listen to Bill Gates, because he, in the middle of COVID, do you recall, let me just ask you a question. Do you recall that in 2019, 2020, we spent, that from COVID was announced and definitely from the lockdown, we spent all of those years, those 2 years of lockdown, we spent all of those years talking about these multi-billionaires who had stepped down from their corporations and had just resigned, walked off, and majority of them had gone into farming. Bill Gates was one of those who went into farming. He bought more land than John read about in the Revelation. And if you listen to him closely, he's been telling you that the next step is what he calls lab-grown meat. Lab-grown meat is already on the market. So this thing about zero hunger is a shift to things that they're going to grow in the lab. Lab-grown meat. And vertical farming. Because they're talking about climate and they're talking about removing the farmers from the land and the local food from our lives. So already we are participating in this new world order without being consciously aware of it. And some of us chest so high, you know, that we are very much, I do have to take a break. Let me take a break. Understanding too that Israel has attacked some of Iran's most vital oil and gas facilities, raising fears of a widening conflict and threatening turmoil for the energy sector. Iran's Ministry of Petroleum said Israel struck a key fuel depot while a oil refinery in the capital, Tehran, was also in flames as emergency crews scrambled to douse the fires at separate sites. Israel's unprecedented and sudden attacks on Iran's energy facilities are poised to disrupt the oil supplies from the Middle East and could shake up global fuel prices. One of the most shocking things that came out of those interviews is that there was nobody at the Ministry of Health who represented Jamaica at Codex and the Codex meetings who knew what the Codex was. Do you remember that? There was a technocrat that I interviewed from the Ministry of Health in 1998. And I was telling her what Codex was. I was explaining to her what was happening at Codex. But Jamaica, and she was a person sitting at Codex on behalf of Jamaica through the Ministry of Health. So basically, and part of what Codex was doing at the time was redefining food, redefining herbs, redefining, what you consume and what they could be and whether they're poison or they're not poison. And one of the reasons why we had gone out of our way to spend so many years talking about it is because of what they were doing to the Jamaican herbs. So they were telling us that things like Circe and, Tansabac, and I'm just calling herbs, I don't have no herb name, Strongback, and, Granny this and Uncle this and, all the herbs that we've got there. They were telling us that they were poisons and that the country could face serious ramifications if we marketed these as cures. We saw what happened during COVID with Madagascar. Madagascar found a cure for COVID, but it was their herbal plant. And what did they do? They sanctioned Madagascar. They went there, they told them they couldn't give it to anybody, and they made a mess of all of that system. So that's the point I'm making, is that our herb, because what they were doing, what they are doing is that they have now taken our herbs and they are now using whatever, because they know that these herbs work, right? And African people, they know that we have the knowledge, they know how, the institutional knowledge, but also the genetic memory. This is coded in our DNA of how these herbs work, what they do, coming down from our foreparents all the way to us. So what they're doing now is that they're taking these herbs and they're using the element of the herb that can cure whatever illnesses, and they're putting them in their pharmaceutical drugs. And so the big pharma, which is, you do know that pharmaceutical companies are like the mafia. The big pharma operates like the mafia. You do know that. We don't have to go over that. So in their cartel mafia way, transnational organized criminal way, they have now taken a hold of our herbs, and we are teaching our children that it's not good to drink bush tea. Our children don't drink bush tea. No. The tea that can stop the period pain, no, them not drink it. Them not drink the tea that can get rid of the flu. Them not drink the tea that can lower the fever. They don't know the bush no more. They don't know the tea, and they don't have no knowledge of this. This is not by coincidence, This is deliberate. Because the institutions that are supposed to uphold this knowledge, this institutional knowledge, this genetic knowledge that we have, they ensure, whether it is medical school or primary school or infant school, they ensure that this knowledge, that we're losing this knowledge, that we're missing out on the knowing of the things that are good for us. So the point I'm making is that these global frameworks that we see unfolding now include the consolidation of food. Remember, we say food is any solid or liquid, right? So when we say food, we're not just hard food. Any solid or liquid. The consolidation of food, the consolidation of money, because they're going digital money. You can't buy or sell unless you have the mark in your forehead or the mark in your palm. The consolidation of movement. You cannot move if you don't have this digital ID. They're calling it real ID. And the consolidation of thought. This is where we are. Everything is connected. We started with the war and the wars. All of what is happening and all of what is unfolding is connected. But we can get distracted, with how much pipeline bomb. We can get distracted with who wrong and who right. We can get distracted with whether Elon is talking to Donald. We can get distracted with the massive demonstrations in the US yesterday, no king. And then in the UK, the same day, they had another demonstration, not my king. So King Charles celebrated his birthday, one of his birthdays, yesterday with the trooping of a color. And there was a big demonstration, not my king, happening on the parade, on the sidelines of the parade. And in the US, Donald Trump was celebrating his birthday, June 14. And there was a massive 5 million people, is a conservative estimate, turned out in different parts of the United States yesterday to demonstrate using hashtag no king. So in England, they were chanting, not my king. And in the US, they were chanting, no king. There's something there. It's going to take a poet to figure it out. The poet, I'm there. Let me take a break. The emotion that human beings have, where it becomes, unemotional. And this is basically part of the problem. It minimizes human discretion and institutional oversight, of course. This is where we're going. What does it mean, though? What does it mean? Is this good or bad? Or is there good in this and we must mitigate the bad? I'm talking to the farmers right now. Continue to do what you're doing up in the hills, on the flats, in the valleys, in the mountains, wherever. Continue to do what you're doing. Extend what you're doing. And then I'm saying, if you've got land or country and you're gone all the way to town and still no get no job, walk back a country, go farm the land, man. And I'm talking now to those who are preying upon people's food when them plant it and them farm. Stop it. Let us find a way within ourselves to return to community, to return. So pray, dear Larceny, not going to work in this situation. Our farmers are going to have to begin to protect themselves. And what does that mean? The farmers are going to call for AI technology too. It's going to have to be, I know. But we have to vibrate on a frequency that when the hurricane and the earthquake come, we as individuals, we as human beings, not walking souls, are protected. But what is the tourism industry is operating like a mafia, like a cartel, like a Turkish cartel, Turkey cartel, or Afghanistan cartel, or a Russian mafia, or a Hong Kong mafia. This is how the tourism industry is functioning in Jamaica. You see a piece of land and you want it, and it have beach on it that people are used for 55 years and 60 years and 70 years, and you want it, and you are going to get it. And because you control government, because you control the spaces where government operating are, because you buy out the politicians them, you will get the land and the people will be driven off the land. You will get the sea and the people will be driven off the sea. You will you'll construct a building in the middle of a pathway that leads, a public footpath that leads to a beach that don't trouble you at all, just to block the people off the beach. And government allows that. And government institutions and agencies are working with the tourism mafia, the tourism cartel in Jamaica. This is how serious our situation is. So we have lost so much already. But it is survival is the key. Survival is the only option. So how do we survive? So let's ask ourselves that question. What do we need to survive? Well, the basic things are food, shelter, and clothing. And that is why land is important. That is why land is important. Because we're going back to basics. Already, our governments have made decisions on our behalf that will ensure our enslavement for the next century. They have determined that we are a service industry. Not an industry of educators or with education, not an industry of manufacturers, not an industry of creatives, not an industry of thinkers and makers of things, but an industry for service. And service is servitude. It's servile. And that is why we have to now look out for ourselves. That decision has been made. They invest more in tourism than they invest in farming and agriculture. They invest more in tourism than they invest in manufacturing. They invest more in tourism and the BPO than they invest in education. So here we are. Already, they have determined that the next 6 or 7 generations of us are going to be servants to the system that is unfolding around us, which is a global system. So you have to determine whether or not you were born to be a slave or born to give service to the tourism industry and to the BPOs, and not necessarily to your community and your family. This is where we are, It is the bottom line. It is what it is. It's the isness of things. So how do we do this? Where do we go from here? KSR community. How do we do this? How do we even begin to do this? This is a question. And so nothing is wrong with asking the questions, because the answer many times is in the question. Just as we are going to take your calls, coming out of the United Kingdom 16 seconds ago, Britain could potentially support Israel in this confrontation with Iran. The Finance Minister, Rachel Reeves, has said. And the decision to send additional military jets to the Middle East, however, was made mainly to protect British bases and personnel as a precautionary move, she added. Asked if Britain would come to Israel's aid if asked, Reeves told Sky News, "We have in the past supported Israel when there have been missiles coming in. We are sending in assets to both protect ourselves and potentially to support our allies." Britain, of course, was already involved in this war. Them take off the idiot. Welcome. Greetings.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. Greetings, how you doing?
In Aramuma.
Aramuma, what go on?
I'm good, and how are you this morning?
I am well if you two are well.
Yes, man. Give God thanks for having you every Sunday morning.
Give thanks,
for
my
this
sister.
wonderful program.
Thank you so much, my sister. Let me just say quickly that this hour between 7 and 8 was brought to you courtesy of the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. Yes, my sister Aramuma, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sending Happy Father's Day to all the lovely fathers in the world. First and foremost, Happy Father's Day to my husband, Lancelot Borland. Couldn't ask for a greater father than this father.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to my... He's not here right now. He's gone to another side of the world, but he was a great father when he was here on earth. Brian and Joseph. Happy Father's Day to Muta Baruka. Big up yourself, my brother.
Big up yourself, Muta, yes.
Ryan at Irie.
Yes.
Courtney Mac. Collision. Lollipop. Teddy. Matrix. Roger Asphalt. Robert Williams. G.T. Taylor. I try to remember all the fathers.
I have all the names, so I'll do it on your behalf in a little while.
Albert, bless up yourself.
Yes, give
and
thanks.
all the fathers at Irie. Teddy, the shopkeeper from Donga Waterford. Happy Father's Day to you also. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers that listen to Irie, all my Irie dads. Happy Father's Day.
All righty, my sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aramuma. Good to hear you as usual. Yes, my sister. Yes,
love you.
Love you too, my sister.
Oh, wonderful work.
Yeah.
I miss this program now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Hey, greetings.
Yeah, man. Blessed good morning, Kabu.
Greetings, my brother. How you doing?
Yeah, man. You don't know me there. I give thanks to life.
Give
Shaka
thanks.
warrior pass through,
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Bless the whole of the father, them I rep,
Give thanks.
The real father, them like MC Teddy, G.T. Taylor, Collision, Kaz, DJ Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Gary J.
Yes. And, and happy Father's Day to you too.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Kabu.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. And bless up Big A too.
All right.
Yeah, man. And may I bless up my father, Kiati. You see me, I say? Yeah, man. And may I bless up Alo. Yeah, man. And may I bless up my brother Prento. My brother Rolex. Happy Father's Day to them. Yeah, man. And my Uncle Myers. Yeah. And may I bless up someone up St. Elizabeth now, Junction. You don't know. Big up yourself, Warren. Happy Father's Day. Tricky Dan. Happy Father's Day. Kenny. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, man. All of the fathers them in the world we work hard for the bread. You see me I say?
Yes.
We take care of them children. We not talk about no father where ups and downs with them children. Father, we take care of them youth. You see me I say?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure them go school and the food eat. You see me I say?
Mm-hmm.
Clean, go to school. Yeah, man! Whoa! The whole of IFM, bless up. The whole of Philadelphia, Brownstown, Sturgestown, Knoxville. Yeah, man, the whole cut. You see me I say, try to bless up yourself, Lazar. Happy Father's Day in the valleys, this up.
All right, give thanks, my brother, and happy Father's Day again.
Yeah, man, so blaze it, make me burn it. You see me I say?
Yes, my brother, the fire.
Whoa! IFM Lord Papa card, I know Cabo.
Turn it up, no. Turn it up.
Right now, two of them beside me right now. One of them load and one. You see what I say?
So which corner are you on now? Let me hear up the people who listen who you're not to say.
Yeah, man, me down Napdale.
Napdale, hello. Greetings, Napdale. Morning. Greetings.
Philadelphia.
And Philadelphia. Greetings.
Yeah, man, community neighbor. You see what I say?
Give thanks. Greeting, neighbor. Don't disturb your neighbor, though. Don't disturb your neighbor.
I Lord Cabo, we not top Lord to Father's Day today. No?
Yeah, man, all day today, man.
Yeah, man, so we have to pick up all of the good father that we put in the work.
Give thanks, my brother. Give thanks.
And bless up MC Teddy again. You see me, I say?
We hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. We are prepared.
Yeah, man.
And food don't share.
Yeah, hope so. Give thanks.
Yeah, man, bless up all again. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers at IRFM. And you heard some just now. Roger Hasfall, Concrete Asphalt, Dwight Fraser, Robert Williams, Nicholas Evans, Shane Clark, Muta Baruka, Errol Stewart, DJ Smurf, GT Taylor, Big A, Gary G, Digital Chris, DJ Brian, Nicholas Francis. And I'll come back with more right after this. All right, let me go back to the phone lines. Greetings. Greetings.
Hello?
Yes, greetings.
Morning.
Yes, how you do?
Hello, good, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yes, Simon here. Morning, man.
Yes, morning, sir.
So you're not telling me Happy Father's Day?
Happy Father's Day. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a father of the nation. And I would like to pass down few Father's Day too. Coming down from the heart of the real forefathers. So first I would say Happy Father's Day to Father God. You know, I'm tuning into Harry. And Father Earth, whatever, big up. If Mother Earth willing to make a big up for Father. Today.
Well, like, yes, a Father God tune into Harry.
yes. I'm Father Young too, you know. What I feel him if it's too far.
That's true. The frequency.
Yes, man. So, can big up you looking for that quick here. Richie, wake up, man, in Happy Father's Day. Martha, Father's Day. Rice. Mr. Miguel Collins, Father. Happy Father's Day, sir. Muta Baruka. Happy Father's Day, my daddy. The years them and their father meeting us up. I have to make sure put him forward. And MC Teddy, DJ College and Young Daddy, big up yourself. Logo, Rugo, OB. Big up on yourself. Happy Father's Day. Biggs. All of the police friends, them up at the Augustone police station, and the rest of them at the force. Gaza, big up yourself. Happy Father's Day, sir. Zaza, Gogo, Tantan, big up yourself. Mr. Buka, big up yourself, Dada. George, you know, Papa, down at Portland. Happy Father's Day, my uncles. Big up yourself. Sorry, sir. Love goes out to your little one, you know the boat, but Happy Father's Day, too. Big A, GT, College and the new boss. We just a Fleet Friday in a college. So Happy Father's Day. I don't know if you could have said college and the Father's Day meeting. Roger, do alright. Big up on yourself, sir. DJ Wayne, Mr. Wilson. Happy Father's Day, Father Wilson. Run. Alright, now run again, quick. So, Cabo, me have the list longer, so me just send out few, you know. You hear, man?
You did longer than that? Yes, man. Give thanks.
Yes, man.
Happy Father's Day again.
You see, me have my brother, I know, I'm going to tell Happy Father's Day.
Yes, you have to do that. You have to do that.
The whole of downtown, uptown, Barbican, they come in themselves, all of Mackerel and Man Valley, Andre Gale, Susie Rowan and Grandstand. Happy Father's Day, my friend.
Give thanks.
If put in a year that says, don't worry, MC Teddy will come tonight. Happy Father's Day. Matrix, Digital Chris. I don't know, digital, I don't know if him come out of the pen here. Digital come out. All of the iron that them out it, are they going to come out, Mr. Crack? You know,
you mean digital hide? We don't get to what you mean by digital hide.
Some of them are father for the nation.
No, man. Digital.
So them not push them you like how motor. I said, oh, me is a father all the while.
But everybody on a motor. Everybody have them own way.
Somebody have them private. All right. Nah, go in them room. If them know, if you Chris know what I mean. All right, man. Cargo over Waterhouse. Big up on yourself.
Thank you so much.
Ice Cream Paradise, Mall Road.
The list kind of long for
man, see you. Sorry that. Dean man, I see him when I have a show. Happy Father's Day, Dean man.
Yeah, big up Dean man. Yeah, man.
Turbulence, I do. Big up.
Yeah. Give thanks, my brother.
Time, man.
Happy Father's Day. Phone lines, greetings.
Greetings, Kabu.
Hey, greetings. How you doing?
I'm fine. This is Empress Janet calling from Knapdale District.
Oh, hi. Oh, Knapdale. Yes, ma, we did a big up Knapdale a while ago.
Yes.
Give thanks.
I just want to say Happy Father's Day to the fathers at IRFM.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say Happy Father's Day to Shaka Warrior and my stepfather, Alo.
Yes.
And my brothers, Denver, Terry, and Javan. And my uncles, Uncle Greg, Uncle Tony. I want to say Happy Father's Day to Adrian. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Knapdale, in Sturgetown, in Philadelphia, Brownstone, Bamboo, Melrose. And I want to say have a Happy Father's Day to all the good fathers out there.
All right, greetings and again, Empress Janet.
And all these greetings coming from Empress Janet out of Knapdale District.
All right, thank you so much, my sister. After 8 o'clock, let me go to the phone lines. Greetings.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
Good morning. I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers from Higher FM.
Okay, thank you.
Happy Father's Day to my father, Errol Campbell in Warwick Mount. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Grants Bailey. Happy Father's Day to Jim's son. And all the fathers in Jamaica.
All right. And it's coming from who?
It's coming from Denisha in Grants Bailey. And my uncle Blacker.
All right. Where's Grants Bailey? Which parish?
Past Brownstone and come up.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day today. Denisha.
Okay. Same to you.
All right. Give thanks.
You know, up in the mountain in your class, I listen Rasta one.
Which part of the mountain? Which mountain you in? Cockpit Mountain?
In the St. Andrew, in the Blue Mountain here,
Oh, in the Blue Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I hear of all the fathers in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
For real. Like the program we had was an African woman, man. When we hear it coming like Empress Nanen to me, you know.
Give thanks, my brother, and happy Father's Day to you.
Yeah, man, I hear of all the 12 tribes, the Nyabingi, the Baba Shanti, I them, cause them go through the struggle as Rastafari, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I hear of all Sophia Guava Ridge, you know, cause she's a definitely RFM listener, you know.
Yes.
Yes, Sophia Guava Ridge, cause strictly Irish dealing.
Yeah, man, big up Sophie, Guava Ridge. Greetings, my sister.
Pat always listen Irish, you know, sister Pat, you know.
Yes. All right, give thanks.
Yeah, man, I hear up Muta Baruka, you know, come here, man, Muta Baruka, boy, travel the four ends of the island, I have been there, you know.
True.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That I have nothing in my walk barefoot, so, man.
You still a walk barefoot?
Yeah, man. From east to west, man. All the time with the I have been up at St. Thomas, the government ready to answer the longer Rastafari.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So here, look, Muta Baruka, all and I have been here, the Baba Shanti, I said, man. And bless up to your darling.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself. I look at darling now, you fling for me.
Cool up in the Blue Mountain here.
May I hear you, man? May I tell you, man? Look at you, man.
Really, man.
I can just imagine. The Blue Mountain coffee?
Well, you know, the price, you know, the government, they're angling the price. The price up for the past couple of years. Because one time I get $14,000 box, and the government drop it right down to $3,000.
Oh, what you say to me?
Yeah, then that one.
Then I don't understand that. From 14,000 to 3,000?
Yeah, that one like up on 2016 crop, 2017 crop.
Why?
Why? I don't get no answer to it. No one have no answer to it. And it most of the Blue Mountain people in a coffee farming come out of it, you know.
So one day for that.
So the grassroots man and few of us who are on it.
So, but one day for that was a plan to drive out the people and kind of make it go in the hand of some other people.
But I'm not going out there. The people who have the money come out of it, take a lower price.
Oh, they come out of it?
Yeah, you have some top businessman in it, you know. And when you check a stock of several acres of Blue Mountain coffee.
So who set the price of the coffee? Who set the price?
Then say something like Jacko. I don't even know who set it like Jacko, but between Jacko and Coffee Board and Minister of Agriculture, some of them in there, you would say quote the game.
Them quote the game, quote the game because here's the thing now. When you go to buy the coffee, off of the shelf, it's very expensive.
Then I tell you, right now, if them come up the year before, them reach $10,000. This year crop we're going, them started to hit, but anyway, they have it when the crop partly finished at $11,000 now. Me continue, I say, less than $20,000 a box of the Blue Mountain coffee. When they process a box of coffee, them get 8 pounds out of it, you know. And you can't get a pound of Blue Mountain coffee, say, now we are under 8 or so thousand. Yeah, when you take a stock of 11,000 and reach now, I give us.
Oh, so where you say now they move it from 3,000 to 11,000?
No, not one time, but it's there right now.
Okay, so if you have one box of coffee, how much now? How much I sell for?
That sells $11,000 now.
Okay, so it still don't reach back to the 14,000.
No, it don't reach, and that was 8 years ago. May I tell you about?
Okay, I saw you said 3,000 less. Yes.
Everything within the farming raise up whole heap of percentage. Because in a those time when you sell a box of coffee for $14,000, you could have get a bag of fertilizer for $3,000-$4,000. Now we have it's $10,000 more for a bag of really Blue Mountain coffee.
Then what kind of fertilizer we use? Because we're not supposed to use natural fertilizer.
So you have to use manure too, you know, but certain time you have to get fertilizer, you know.
What kind of fertilizer, man?
Like you know, say urea and things, man. And plus you have to spray. Lots of expensive, and plus you have to have laborers going on, you know.
Yes. You know, so may I come up there and look up on that thing there. May I come up in the Blue Mountain, you know?
Yeah, but if you travel up in the Mavis Bank here, man.
Yes, ma'am, may I come?
And travel up to Alcin. You know, so you have all a Rasta over what you call Adlis Gap, Penline Castle. Near Burshell, and the on the internet, and then could I take you all to Blue Mountain car?
Yes.
You call in run like a tour guide to the Blue Mountain, and the on the internet, you know.
Oh, what name?
Burshell.
Burshell.
Yeah,
Ross
Burshell. Man in Bubba Shanty, you know?
Yeah, Ross Burshell, Bubba Shanty, link me now. Because look here, yeah, may I come. So look here now. So which other time must go? Mavis Bank?
Yeah.
Which part else?
Mavis Bank lead you to where me say you're going, you know?
Okay. So,
yeah. And if you get the link with him, you can travel all over in the Blue Mountain, man. Because he run a tour guide for tourists, you know.
All right. So how much days that going to take me? Me don't want to come up there as a tourist.
I'm not a tour, but you got to tour the place. And you know I mean, like a tourist. Because you come up there, you could imagine you come hungry like a baby.
Yeah.
I don't come in, I mean, like, say, foreign tourists come in. You have a tour the place, you know, you wrap and take it to the beach, you know.
Yes. Yes, man. So, me I go come up there. All right,
man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, look, Sophia go have marriage again, you know, because she's a definitely Irish lady, you know.
Greetings, Sophia. Go over it, my sister.
Man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Blessed.
All right. So, let me go back to the phone lines. Greetings.
Morning, Kabu.
Yes, how you do?
Not too bad. Me there, hills there, go on with you.
Which hills you in?
Santa Cruz Mountain.
Another mountain of Santa Cruz.
Place called Rocky Hill in Santa Cruz.
Rocky Hill. So where you look on, sea or mountains?
River.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Which river you look on?
The Black River, Upper Mara.
Oh, goodness. What a beautiful sight.
Yeah, man. So maybe hills that build up on Santa Cruz and Magati Hills and Brails River and those places.
Wow.
So anyway, big up to all the fathers, them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And all the bad ones, them, I tell them, step up and change them bad ways, you know, so that we can big up all of them. Because we know big up not do bad. Anything nobody true, you know.
Yeah, so just leave them out today and make we just go and big up the good one. Them.
Right. You know. So anyway, I want to happy Father Day to Bobo, Jackie from Santa Cruz, Bag Juice from Santa Cruz, Pastor Bags from Rocky Hill, Jackie from Rocky Hill.
Yes.
The two kids to run the restaurant from Rocky Hill, and all the fathers worldwide, you know.
Mm-hmm. And coming from?
Yeah, man. Kabu.
Yes.
Remember, Mother's Day when you play the rhythm, and you say you light up like lizard on a limb. Hey, them the rhythm I mind him, you know. Me like when instruments attack.
Yes,
you know?
yes, it's true.
I remember me tell you to bring a piece happy, you know, because you see when the music that hit me, Kabu.
Yes.
It's like me a fly without wings.
But me tell Sister P, you know, and I think
Sister P,
yes, I think she listens. Yes, me tell her, man, me tell her. She'll go come, man, me tell her already. So we're going to line it up. Yes.
The music they have the strongest, man. We are telling you, man, I really get to me, you know, so.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you bring it up.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Give thanks.
Yeah, so, you remember...
But me never say me lie down on the rhythm, you know. Me say me sit down on the rhythm, you know.
Yeah. I'm down there float on the rhythm.
Oh, you're down there float for the rhythm.
Yeah, so anyway, I remember, before your interview, Madam who fought minister, constitution minister.
Yes.
Right, I hear somebody to write them something that could ask her.
Yes.
But if last thing I really take much call at the end.
Right,
so,
right.
We have something that we did right now for that time that did the actor about tell her, you know.
Okay, all right.
All right, so I'm going to hit you now.
This morning here today, for the Father's Day?
Yeah, man, we want fixed election.
All right, okay.
Right, we want impeachment to anyone who break the law in a government office. No more God save the Queen or King in Jamaica. Neither Mary or John. It must be God save the people of Jamaica and the land of Jamaica. And no Privy Council, no Jamaica Final Court of Appeal. It must be this CCJ. Yes, CCJ. That's what we're going for.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's it. I know the next one.
All right. Yes,
you know?
yes. But them so it's all good.
You know, you make me do when that area coming up. I want to listen to them.
Yes, I'm going to reach out to,
you know?
Yes, I'll reach out to her and invite her back.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's a good vibe, you know. Blessings,
yeah, man.
You know.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Barry for Rocky Santa Cruz.
Yes, my brother. Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
All right. Go back to the phone lines. Greetings.
Blessed morning, Mama Kabo.
Yeah, greetings. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I give thanks to life, you know.
Yes.
For my man, they in a couple of them jit bag, is it?
Yes, give thanks. So
yeah,
how the farm?
Yeah, so red peas, you know.
Red peas. The real red peas.
Yeah, man, because we know you don't know where in a store, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so we just planting a field. And happy Father's Day to all the man them in the world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, right through. I tell my father that already for man, so I have to say it over the year. But the stigma is to all of the man them.
Yes.
Show some brother love and reason with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And stop the complain about who not take care of who, because on the both side, me see go on the both side, you know?
Yeah. So I could just
man, so
we set the example and take care of...
We need to set an example, as in our generation, because me and my party, so I can talk to my brother and my cousin them out.
Yes.
We set a good example and check in, call in one another and make a youth them visit and talk to one another, you know, because when we used to grow Miss Cabo, everybody fits with my family. From mother side, sister side, everybody have a saying in me until today, you know?
Yes.
So, me just say, Happy Father's Day, but me still want to say Happy Father's Day to my godfather, Muta Baruka, you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm and my uncle met me at the farm in here today.
Wow.
You see me listen with them and say, I'm take it in and I say, to feed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy, you know?
Critical, yes.
Yeah, man, so, and me have a bridge in there and do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Manners and respect here, man. Every man for IRFM thing, you know.
Give thanks.
So, me not really, if you say member the name, but me know everybody, but if you call out, you don't know.
Me don't big them up. Me big them up for you already. Me big them up for you already. All of them.
Me big up some bridging them for now. Spring Young the same way, no self same. My brother doing the same way. Kabla same way. Jardnard, West Road, Christiana Spalding, Concha Evans, Mispa, Chantilly, all about, you know what I go on. Dress up on yourself and do the right thing, you see me?
Yes, and they're coming
and
from?
The thing is a mother one, the man him to do. Protect when you look at pitney them, the real way. No matter, stop talking about step on this and that. Just do the right thing. Because all we have somebody who will take care of in our life.
Yes.
So remember good, you see me?
Yeah, man. Protect the children.
Blessed love, Miss Cabo.
Yeah, who's coming from?
100 bag, you know the farmer man in a Kabla, yeah?
Give thanks, my brother. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. I want to say something before I got my Cabo.
Yes.
My brother, they upper limit the name, Mr. PNP brother, them. I want to big him up and the one on a Kabla, Mr. Knight, and Mr. Winter and the whole of them on the same way there. And on the both sides, same way, bless up all I man them, you see me?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Go to the phone lines. Greetings.
Yeah, good again.
Yes.
Part 2 and final again.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're very lucky. Yes,
I said to myself, I'm a lucky man in this man.
Yes. Very, very lucky.
Yeah, man. So I want to say, Happy Father's Day today to them. Father, I just sending it earlier on.
Yes.
DJ and CJ and Leroy and Biney and so you see me. I want to say Happy Father's Day to Richie from Stony Hill driving Leland truck. You see me?
Yes.
I want to say Happy Father's Day to Peter from Wattown Center. You see me? Retirement, Wattown Center. You see me? I want to say Happy Father's Day to Buzzy from in a Bang in a Orange Field. You see me? And what is where do you tailoring?
Yes.
I want to say Happy Father's Day to Duff, the radiator man frying a cotton piece. I want to say Happy Father's Day to Bengo, the original Soundwire promoter, and Happy Father's Day to you as well.
All right, thank you so much.
Today in Showdown, you see.
All right.
I want to say happy early birthday to Buggy, and Happy Father's Day to Buggy as well, and Screw, and Bees and Mali from in Jericho, you see me? And no joke about it, I want to say Happy Father's Day to King Shango, a.k.a. Putan. And I want to say Happy Father's Day to Blacks. I want to say Happy Father's Day to Errol.
Greetings.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Kabu.
Hi, how are you doing, my sister?
This is Karen. I'd like to send Happy Father's Day to the staff of IRFM, all the fathers of IRFM.
Thank you.
And a Happy Father's Day to my deceased father, Valentine Gilpin, a.k.a. Painter. Happy Father's Day to my child's father, Omar Wallace in Farmite, a.k.a. Skinsman. Happy Father's Day to my brother, Copeland Gilpin in America. Happy Father's Day to my son, Jermaine Stone in America. Happy Father's Day to my son, TJ in Jamaica.
Are you there,
To
Karen?
my auntie husband, Dixon Johnson.
Okay.
And all these greetings are coming from Karen in Roside.
All right. Thank you so much, Karen. Have a good day.
Same to you.
All right. Hey, this one says, good morning. Please send happy Father's Day to greetings to my spouse, Mr. Donald Ruby, otherwise known as Sir D from Great Pond, Warwick Mount. Greetings coming from your spouse, June from Warwick Mount. Hope you have a wonderful day. Enough love. Hey, by the way, let me just remind you that today we're on the eve of the 127th birth anniversary of the first Rastafari, Leonard Percival Howell, known as the Gong. Let me go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Most Honorable Kabu, good morning.
Greetings, my brother. How you doing?
Not bad at all. How you and the family?
We're well, if you two are well.
Yeah, our blessed, you know.
Give thanks, give thanks.
Yeah, and
Yes.
get to the greeting.
Happy
now.
Father's
So,
Day.
Happy Father's Day to the Almighty One who made heaven and earth for all of us, yeah. And then my father now, Jeffrey James, anyway, that big up yourself. I tell you happy Father's Day every day. Love you so much, Daddy. Thank you for all what you do for my mom before she passed on, Nora Moody. Yeah, and big up. They're right up in New York, you know, and Jimmy Green, Len Green, Danville, Christina, Canada, in New York, Keena, Christy, yeah, big up yourself. Clive and friends in Broadgate, all like that, them also big up himself. Cam Crown and Tonaya, so let Brown up at Top Shop, so. Uncle Jeff today, so. Charles, happy belated birthday, happy Father's Day too. Yeah, Leon over there, so. Snaga, big up on yourself. Bobby, good father, them CMA. Yeah, Wisey from Cockpit, that's a good father, that CMA too. Mr. Love did that's a CMA. Mr. Campbell, Teacher Campbell from Waterloo Street, that's a. Yeah, big up on yourself. My grandfather, birthday, Moody CMA. No, say without the grandfather, then I want to have CMA. Yeah, Tom from Rona, that's a. Camp Omar, them did us a CMA. And big up Andrew from Stepman, good father, that too.
Yes.
You know, big up yourself, CMA.
Yes.
Big up my uncle, them, probably a good road, CMA, daddy, CMA. Big up on yourself, the father, them from Boxing, Lower Boxing, Middle Boxing, Mirror Boxing, Stanford, Bamboo, Delphi, O'Neill from over there, so big up yourself, CMA, over Bamboo, John Duncan, yeah, good father, them can help school me too, you know. Yeah, man.
All right. And it's coming from?
Run, boss, Froggy, and all I father, them fantastic.
And happy Father's Day to you too.
Yeah, me can't let out myself. Happy Father's Day to you, Froggy. Me not let out myself. I'm so thankful. Yeah, and all of the Harry father, them father, big girl, so come on, yeah, big up yourself.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
of course, you make a good father, Brian, DJ, College, and Lollipop, yeah.
Good
And the rest
thanks.
of them,
Yeah,
DJ, and Mouchette, yeah, man. Big
Good
up
thanks.
all of the good father, them. And come on, father, make me do a better job. You see, how lady them a lead with. Yeah, come make me do a better job now and raise them kids that you see the crime rate they got. Nah, blame me whole life on them still enough. But if we did that, we pity them, the world will break out in our way. So come on, father, make me do better. We say, no, left me out the whole of it. So thank you, Kabu.
Give thanks, my brother.
Your father to bring this wonderful soul in the world.
Give thanks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, take care.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I just want to say Father's Day greeting to my dad, Rufus Taylor in Slangerville from Tiana.
From
I
who?
just want to wish him a happy Father's Day and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Much love and blessings.
All right, where are you calling from?
Slangerville.
All right, thank you so much, Tiana.
You're welcome.
Lines, greetings.
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 Becky Michelle, Mama.
Yes. How you do?
Babu.
How you do?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm calling from Manchester here.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You know,
Are you
first thing,
Uh-huh.
Happy Father's Day to myself first.
All right. Happy Father's Day to you.
And you know, you give me a little lecture about Leonard Orwell. Just a short while ago, and I have a notebook at home, you know. And immediately I just rush to my book and just got on certain things.
Yes.
I didn't have no knowledge that he was from Clarendon.
Oh. Okay.
I really thank you so much for and big up your father too, you know, because Mama trust me, you know, see you are one of my teacher in a earth, you know. Did you know that?
I'm happy to hear that.
And I learned so much about from you. I'm not going to learn so much. When I learn from you, I learn from number one edge. But anyway,
give thanks.
Well, big up some fathers, I know.
Yes.
Big up my brethren, Crampy from Greenville, Manchester. Big up Ratty. Big up Joshy. Yeah. Big up man like Percy. In past absence, but a good dad. You know? Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. Big up man like Chris from the Mandible Market area. Big up man like Richie. Big up Prezi from Greenville. You know? Big up man like Bling Dog, Big J from Paradise, Norwood. In Mobile.
Yes.
Big up man like Kisco. Big up man like Baba. And there are so many big up.
Yes.
Mama, you know.
Yes.
But guess what now? Big up Mr. Hendricks. My nice, loving landlord. You know, me live right beside my landlord. Some people not even live beside them landlord. But he not no problem with me. Big him up.
Right.
Yeah, big up man like Mr. Orwell thing. And big up all the fathers them in around Greenville, Georges Valley, Richmond, New Hall, Bell Tower area.
Yes.
Yes, and this beginning up in coming from Scary, the original soup boss who cooking vegetable soup in Mandible Town.
Wow.
Them say the number one soup man without meat.
Without meat and corn in it?
Yeah, corn in it, mama, me are the corn boss.
Oh, you're in a Mandible Town?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, trust me, man. Them tell me are the number one, and also big up Ron Mushet.
So which part you get the corn them from? A GMO corn or a real full Jamaican, nice, round, yellow with the seed them?
Mama, Mama, yesterday, me cook 8 dozen corn, originally native corn in a Mandible Town.
Yes. Wow, 8 dozen?
8 dozen, Mama, the original, they call it native corn.
Yes, and sell off.
And sell off.
Boy, my mouth will start run water.
Right now, Cabo, people tell me, say, boy, them don't do it.
Yeah.
Cook soup without meat, and people love it so much. Me have so many women call me every day. You know, women love meat, don't it?
Women love meat?
Yeah, man. KFC and Burger King don't love it, and people cook. Me get more calls from women daily. And sometimes I'm not working, people woman call my phone and say, one day she having a soup today?
Well, woman don't love meat then. And no meat is your thing.
No meat is my thing.
Yes.
And you know, so when I tell when we should hear about my soup and do an interview about my soup live on the edge. And I tell one, it took me more than 15 years to find a soup farmer that people that love.
So him did buy some of your soup?
Of course.
And
also, he is the father of one of my grandson.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
No, yes, I know, but I know him pretty well enough to know say if him say the soup tastes good, it tastes good.
He get a nice one another day.
Yeah.
Named Jason. Otherwise known as Prince.
Okay.
That's my last grandson out of 16 grand picking in Manchester.
Really?
Born and grew up Mobile, come live here in the 80s, almost 40 years now. And when I come here, I have no money. But I come here, I say to myself, you know, the best thing to do is have no money. Just raise a good family, which I did. Some beautiful girls.
Yes.
16 grand picking and great.
Yes. All right.
Mama, Mama, I love you so
Happy
much.
Father's Day.
Yeah, man, bless up and thanks, Mama.
Yes, give thanks.
Love you.
All right, love you too, my brother.
Every time.
To the phone lines. Greetings.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, Kabu.
Yes, blessed morning to you too.
Yeah, I wanna bless up our two fathers. And I wanna big up Mr. Sister Leslie from High Cliff in West Poland. Sister Leslie, aka Mass Forty, you know. I wanna big up a man called Jangali up in Mackall's Point here in West Poland. And I wanna big up Mr. Stanton Ambersley from up High Cliff in West Poland, you know. I want to big up Amid up in Kilmarnock, you know. Great fathers are young youth, you know. I want to big up all the Irish fathers, you know. I want to big up PJ, I want to big up Musa, you know, and all the rest of the Irish fathers. I can call all the names them. And all the good fathers them in Jamaica, you know. All the fathers them who doing the right thing. I just want to big all up, you know. And I want to big up all the fathers them in West Poland. You know, fathers them in the Waterworks, Vista and Limegate, you know, and the church area and stuff like that.
All right, that's coming from?
That's coming from Prince Jasper.
All right, Prince Jasper.
Yeah, man. I big up yourself.
And happy Father's Day to you too, my brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
Give thanks.
All right.
Well, I wondered if you would come in today, because I know you noticed you were absent on Mother's Day. I said, I wonder if you'll be here for Father's Day.